I live with a guy named Levi. We split rent on a two-bedroom in an old duplex outside Austin. It's not a bad setup. The place is run down but livable, and we mostly keep to ourselves. At first, he just seemed like a quiet guy. Bit intense, maybe, but not in a dangerous way. But after a couple of weeks, I noticed something weird. He doesn't sleep. I don't mean insomnia. I mean I've never seen him sleep. Ever. Some nights I'd get up around 2 or 3 a.m. and he'd already be awake, just sitting at the kitchen table. No phone, no laptop, no food, just sitting there, sometimes scribbling something in this old notebook he carries around. Other times, just staring at the wall. The first time I asked him about it, I was half joking, like, "Dude, do you ever sleep?" He looked up at me and said, totally serious, "Not yet." That was it. Just those 2 words. And he went back to his notebook like nothing had happened. It creeped me out a little, but I brushed it off. Figured he had some sleep disorder, or maybe he was just one of those hyper-focused types. But over time, it started to get under my skin. Little things changed. The apartment got weird. I'd walk down the hallway and swear it was longer than before. The light didn't reach the end of it some nights, like it had sunk into the walls. Once, I thought I passed a door on the way to the bathroom. It was just there, on my right, for a split second. When I turned to look again, it was gone. Smooth drywall, no seams, nothing. I tried not to think too hard about it. Then I started hearing things. Every night, at exactly 3:18 a.m., I'd hear 3 knocks. Not on my door, not on Levi's, on the wall between our rooms. 3 slow, heavy knocks. Always the same rhythm, always the same spot. I asked Levi again, directly, "You hear those knocks at night?" He didn't even look at me this time, just said, "That's not for you." I let it go. But that phrase, "not for you," got stuck in my head. It felt like he wasn't talking about the sound. It felt like he meant the whole thing. So 2 nights ago, I stayed up. No distractions. Just me, the couch, and the hallway. I didn't even move, just watched. The apartment was silent. At 3:17, the air got dense, not cold, heavy, like walking into a room where someone's just had a screaming match and the energy hasn't left yet. At 3:18, the knocks came. 3 of them. Slow. Like whatever was knocking wanted to be heard. Then something happened. The wall between our rooms didn't just knock, it moved. The drywall sort of rippled like a heat wave off pavement. And then it was a door. An actual door. Old wood, no frame, brass handle. It just appeared. And before I could even process it, Levi walked out of it. He didn't acknowledge me. He didn't even glance my way. He walked straight through the living room, barefoot, wearing this faded shirt I hadn't seen before. Looked like it said something about a summer camp, but the letters were too worn to read. He opened the hallway closet and stepped inside. Now, that closet? It's maybe 3 feet deep. Just coats and a broken vacuum cleaner. But Levi didn't stop. He kept walking like the closet was just the beginning of something else. I followed him. I didn't even think about it. My body just moved. Inside the closet there were stairs, long, descending stone stairs. Cold at first, then warm. Too many to count. The air down there didn't feel like air. It was thick, made my skin buzz. The walls felt alive. At the bottom, there was a room. Huge. Way too big to be under our house. The walls looked like layered paper, old wallpaper peeling, but the layers shifted like they were breathing, like they were aware. Levi stood in front of a mirror. Only it wasn't a mirror. It didn't reflect anything. It was just noise, like static, like a TV tuned to nowhere. He was whispering. Not in English. Not in anything I've heard before. Just moving his mouth, slow and steady, like he'd been saying it for years. Then he stopped, turned to face me. His eyes weren't right. They weren't bleeding or glowing or anything cliché, just off, like they were blinking in and out, like I was seeing too many frames at once and my brain couldn't line them up. He looked at me and said one thing. Now we both remember. I blacked out. I woke up on the kitchen floor around 6 a.m. with a nosebleed and dirt under my nails. His room is empty now, not messy, empty, like no one ever lived there. No bed, no clothes, nothing. Just the notebook, left on the floor, still open. One new line written at the bottom of the page, "Don't forget me again." I don't know what he meant. I don't even know if I was supposed to see it. But I think the door is going to open again tonight. And this time, I don't think it's going to wait for Levi. I think it's for me. I didn't sleep last night. Not that I really planned to. I couldn't even sit still. I walked circles around the apartment for hours, then sat on the floor by the closet, just staring at it, hoping it wouldn't open, hoping it would. I kept checking the time. At 3:18, nothing happened. No knocks, no ripple, just silence. And for a moment, I thought maybe it was over. Maybe Levi left, and that was the end of it. Then, around 4:12, I heard something upstairs. Slow movement. Footsteps, maybe. But we live on the top floor. There shouldn't be anyone above us. I stood there for a while, trying to make sense of it. I was thinking about calling someone, but who do you even call for this? A cop? A priest? A contractor? I went back to the closet, opened it. Still coats, still a vacuum, nothing else. But I swear, when I shut the door, I felt something change, like the room behind me was holding its breath. Today's been weird too. My phone won't hold a charge. Every clock in the apartment is stuck at different times. 2:03, 5:49, 11:11. The microwave reset itself twice. The static on the TV is louder than it should be, even when it's muted. There's a smell in the apartment now too. It's faint, but it's like something old, like soil or paper, or something that's been buried for too long and finally cracked open. And I keep seeing flashes, nothing major, just movement, in mirrors, in dark corners, nothing when I turn and look, but enough to know something's here. I've tried to throw the notebook away twice. Both times it ended up back in my room, not on my desk, on my bed, open to the same page. Don't forget me again. I'm starting to wonder if Levi ever really lived here at all. I don't remember him signing the lease. I remember him being here, but I don't remember the actual moment he arrived. And I keep thinking about what he said. Now we both remember. I've been having dreams. Not dreams, really, images. Waking flashes of places I've never been but feel familiar. A hallway that loops. A staircase with no top. A mirror that watches instead of reflects. Something's changing. I can feel it. I'm scared to sleep, scared to leave, scared to stay. But underneath all of that, the worst part is this tiny voice in my head that keeps saying, "You asked for this." And maybe I did. Maybe this has been waiting for me longer than I want to admit. If anything else happens tonight, I'll post again. If I don't, and you never hear from me again, check your own walls. Listen at 3:18. And whatever you do, don't open the door.